Hi, this is Linda and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be unboxing the January 2025 collection for Cocoa Daisy called Nordic Nights. I'm putting together a project. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, you guys, I filmed the most awesome unboxing and then I realized it didn't actually record. So I'm going to quickly go through everything that I got from Cocoa Daisy this month, starting with the washi trio. So the washi trio is a perfect little add-on that I get because I'm obsessed with washi tape. And these are the three that came in it this month. I'm obsessed with this one with the snowflakes. That blue is just gorgeous. And then this one I think is like a time. So you should go vertically and you could use it to make a planner page with the times. But I just also like it just as a decorative element. So beautiful. Next, I got the Cocoa Daisy Classic Cousin Sticker Kit, which this one is perfect, of course, for the Hobonichi cousin. But I also like this just for scrapbooking, journaling, really anything, because this is great if you want like those flat stickers. So you always get a sticker sheet with word phrase strips, alphas and numbers and washi strip, the days of the weeks, and then some planner icons. I love these this week ones for kind of doing the highlight of the week in the left-hand column on my Hobonichi cousin. This planner sheet. Then you get two that have these like rectangles, which are perfect for the weekly spreads on the Hobonichi cousin, and some boxes that also fit in those weekly columns. But I like to use these on my scrapbook pages, like especially in Project Life, to add some journaling. And then you get a sheet of washi ones. And you guys, I'm obsessed with this collection. It is so beautiful. I especially love this strip of houses, and I wish that was an entire washi roll, but it's so pretty. Okay, next I'm gonna do the stationery kit. So the stationery kit is kind of a weird assortment of things. If you want just kind of like a sampler, I would say it's a lower price point because you don't get as much stuff, but it's a great kind of like taste of this collection if you want just a little bit of Cocoa Daisy. So each month you get a 6x8 transparency and vellum sheet. This month they're both beautiful, kind of like one's snowflakes and one is stars. We've got some glittery stickers. There's always 3 smaller sticker sheets. One has the days of the week, which is perfect for planners, but I also like to use these in Project Life. And then some just decorative stickers. You've got a sticky note pad, which is great for adding some journaling spots like in your cousin or whatever your journal is. These are also great in Project Life, and I'm thinking I might want to use these ones in December Daily this year. Came with a washi roll, which is this pink one here. And then it always comes with like a clip or something larger like this. I like to use these in mini albums. A pin. And then one of my favorite things about this kit is it always comes with a marker or pen to try out. This month it is a dual tip mild liner, which I swatched here, super fun. And then you've got some clear white words on plastic today, get cozy, and January. I'm obsessed with these. I can't wait to use these as titles on some scrapbook layouts. And then it comes with a die cut set. These are all stickers and they are kind of like a vellum paper, which makes them super thin and perfect for using in your journal or your planner without adding too much bulk. I love this mountain one. Okay, next I'm going to share with you the scrapbook kit with the pocket card add-on. This kit is my favorite one. It is one that is perfect for Project Life, for scrapbooking, and I just love how much stuff you get. It's been coming with 2 white 6x8 pieces of cardstock, perfect for bases for projects. And then you get 6 pattern papers, 2 of each design. There's this beautiful drawing. On the back of that is this nice blue pattern, snowflakes. And on the back of that is this beautiful word pattern. And then these two, I love these so much. I'm so happy I have two so that I can use both of them, but I wish I had more of each because they're just, especially this one, I just love that pattern. Then you get some rub-ons and some puffy alpha stickers, a chipboard sheet, and then the puffy stickers from Cocoa Daisy. When these come in kits, I'm always so excited because I just love how they are. And I filmed this before, or tried to film this before, but what I do is I take them out of the packaging and I staple them to the back so they're easy to use and to store. And then you get some enamel dots that match the colors in the kit. There's a stamp set, a washi roll. This one is this beautiful stripe that matches this beautiful paper. Then let's see here, there's a die cut set. So these are similar to the ones that are in the stationery kit. They are also stickers. Oh, I love that font, but they are on like white, like a thicker cardstock. They're not super thick. You could definitely still use them in a journal, but they are more suited for scrapbook pages because they will add a little bit more because it's a piece, it's like a nice solid piece of patterned paper. It also came with these beautiful die cut snowflakes with some text on them. And then the cards, my favorite part. This little owl knitting, he's knitting a stocking, ridiculously cute. Okay, there's a look at this kit. I am going to go onto my computer and print out some photos, and then I'll pop back on here and share with you my first project using this collection. Okay, so I'm working with this January kit and I'm going to do a recap in my daughter's album. So this is something I started last year. I started doing monthly recaps using the Cocoa Daisy kits to fill in gaps in my daughter's album. And I did all of 2020 last year, and now I'm going to work with 2021, work through 2021 using the 2025 kits. And I will share more about this in an upcoming video. So if you want more information, stay tuned. I also have a previous video about my daughter's albums, like the starting point, so you can check that one out too while you're waiting. So, oops, I forgot to cut these apart. So here's my photos that I did from January 2021. And basically, I'm just gonna share a little bit about my process for this. So it is now November 2024 while I'm working on this. So I obviously don't fully remember everything that happened in January 2021. A lot has changed. So what my plan really is to do a 12 by 12 pocket page using the Design A page protector once per month for the entire year of 2021. So the front of this is going to be January. Next month, the back will be February, and I will do that. how I'm coming up with my stories is I'm going through my Project Life album from that time period and making a note of stories that came up during that month that's focused on my daughter. So my Project Life album is really for me and stories about me. And, you know, it includes my family, of course, because they are a big part of my life, but it is really just a focus on me specifically, more so than, you know, my daughter or anything else going on in my life. So, you know, I'm not sure I like this, but anyway, so it's not really just all the stories about my daughter, but what I did was I went through and I made some notes about things that my daughter was doing or part of during January of 2021 that I want to make note of in her album. I also, I'm not sure. I also then went through my photos and printed photos that focused on her during January 2021. All of these are photos of her except for these two. This is her dog. We celebrated the dog's birthday and we made cinnamon rolls. So what I was doing last year was I was taking the 4x6 title card, and there's almost always one in the kit that has like the name of the month, and using that as a title card here. I'm thinking though, maybe I want to add a 3x4 title card instead, because then I get more space to add photos. So I'm just looking through these cards. This one, of course, is January 2025. So I'm going to put that one to the side. And let's see, that's so cute. Just going through all of these and trying to decide what I want to do. I might also come back and put one of those. I do want some journaling to make just like some bullet point notes. Oh, here, look at that. Hello, January. I like that as my title card here. And it's also going to make it a little bit different from how I did last year's, which was how I did 2020, where I used the 4x6 cards. So I'm just kind of going through and coming up with, like, that one's super cute for some journaling, although this one might be good for like a recap. And I could add a title on there. I'm obsessed with this card. I kind of want to hoard it, but I'm not going to. But let's see. I'm just going to go through these again quickly. This one is super cute for just like a new year kind of phrasing. I like to include some just like filler as well. So like that one might be very pretty there. I like that one. This one's also super pretty. I also could use pattern papers, which I might do too. So I could do that for the fact that we were baking. I was thinking I could cut this out too and put that on there. I think that's what I'm gonna do there. I'm just going through and seeing. This would also be good to just tell those little stories like that. So I think I might actually do that instead. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on fast forward and get this page put together.
Okay, so these pages really come together quickly. I know that I also do process videos for my Project Life, and for whatever reason, I guess it's just half the size, but these ones come together so much quicker when I'm just doing the one side. So that's something to keep in mind if you have considered doing Project Life but are concerned that it's too time consuming. You could do weekly Project Life and just do one side per week as opposed to the full spread like I do. So anyways, back to what I'm working on here. For this spread, I am using more 3x4 cards and 3x4 photos than the pocket page. So I'm using the Design A page protector, which has the 4 4x6 and the 4 3x4s. And that's just the most common page protector type for the 12x12 pocket pages. And I like to use that one for simplicity, but I am mixing it up and doing more 3x4 cards. I could find a page protector that fits that, but I'm choosing not to on purpose because this way I can just adhere them together with some washi tape on the back. And then when I'm doing the page on the back side of this, which will be the February 2021 recap, I still have that Design A page protector to work with. So I could use more 4x6 photos and cards if I would like to. For that title card there, I stamped 2021 on it using my favorite small alpha stamp that I picked up on Amazon. I have a link to that in the description box below if you would like one. I use it all the time. I love it so much. And it's great to add just like a little word or date or something on a card like this. Now I'm working on embellishing my photos. So right now I'm working on that bottom left 4x6 photo. So that is a photo of my daughter hanging out in my craft room with my cat and me. I'm not in the photo, obviously, but she's just hanging out chatting with me. And my wall is super white there. There's just too much white space for me. So I wanted to fill it up. So I pulled this quote card and I cut it into strips, which is one of my favorite ways to use quote cards as an embellishment. And I'm just trimming them down and I'm going to adhere them on top of this photo in a stack there on the background just to kind of break into some of that white space. Now, if I was doing this well, I would have planned this out in advance because you'll see that after I adhere these down, I realized that I want to add more onto here. So I would advise that if you wanted to do this, not to adhere them down like I am, but instead lay it out first and make sure that you like the way it looks before adhering anything in place because it's hard to take it back off later. So after I did that, I realized there's this white space above it and I want to fill that in. So what I end up doing is having a little bit of luck that one of the rub-ons fits perfectly. And these kits come with the rub-ons every month, and I often forget to use them on top of photos because they, I don't even know why I forget, but I love them so much. Rub-ons on photos are amazing. If you like the look of the digital stamps that people will put on top of photos or digital elements, but you don't want to do the digital aspect, this gives you that same look because once you rub it on there, it's completely smooth with the photo and it just looks amazing. So I added a rub-on onto that extra space and it fit perfectly. I'm moving on to that bottom right-hand corner. So I have a card there and I have a photo of some cinnamon rolls that we made. And I'm using this card that says comfort food to embellish it. So I'm just cutting out the words and my plan is to adhere them on top of the photo of the cinnamon rolls. But because I have the benefit of this being in a 4x6 pocket, even though it's 2 3x4s, I can have it go over the edge onto the journal card there so that some more of the cinnamon rolls shows. So you can see that I'm just kind of laying that out on the side because I'm going to decide what else I want to put on here. Of course, I want to write in there what we are making, but I'm also adding a bit of the washi tape, which I love the washi tape with this collection. This perfect stripe here, it's just so pretty and so versatile. I know I'm going to use it in a lot of different places, not just in Project Life or in Pocket Pages. So I am working here on adding a title. So I'm using the puffy white alphas to write baking. And because they're white and the card is white, that washi tape acts as a great way to help the color pop, but it also creates a grounding aspect. So whenever I'm adding a title onto a page, I want to kind of ground it in some way. If you look at other people's scrapbook layouts, when they put a title on the page, if it's not grounded on top of the edge of something like this, it might look like it's just kind of floating out there on the card. So a great way to make it look more complete is to add something behind the text to ground it. It might be a strip of washi, a strip of pattern paper, the edge of a photo, or even just a line using like a pen or marker so that your words are kind of resting on top of something rather than just kind of floating out in the middle of a card. Hopefully that makes sense and you can kind of get from this card how that works. I added a little bit of journaling underneath it to write that we were making cinnamon rolls, even though the photo really does kind of give that away. And then I'm moving on to this last pocket here where I have to adhere the 3x4 cards together. And I have that filler card that has that like branch that's curved and I wanted to add something inside of it. And so I added one of the chipboard pieces and because it's a little bit large, it again goes over onto that photo, which again is another reason why it's really fun to put the 2 3x4s inside of a 4x6 pocket because then you can kind of break the borders of the pocket pages. This noted card here I'm using to create a bullet point list of the various things that happened this month for my daughter. And then in the kit, there are some enamel dots, so I'm going to use those to make some bullet points. The card itself has bullet points on it, so I definitely could have just left it as is, but I wanted just a little bit of color and bling and texture onto this card. I'm looking at my sticky note off screen. So what I did, and I think I kind of described this a little bit in the beginning of the video, but because I'm looking back at 2021 and it is now nearly 2025, I don't remember really what happened, especially in the context of my daughter's life during this month. So I used context clues from the photos and from my Project Life album and from my journal or planner at the time. So I was able to make a note of various things that happened in her life. I am going to leave one of the spots blank on here because I'm going to add a story that I wanted to blur out. So it might look a little weird when I finish journaling and have one spot left, but you'll see how it looks in the final photo with it blurred out. So for these recaps, I'm not really doing longer journaling because this is my daughter's album and this is a recap of her month. I can only tell this story from my perspective. I can't tell it from her perspective. So I don't have a lot of feeling or longer thoughts about what happened. These are more factual notes about what happened. And hopefully when she looks back on this, it will trigger some memories for her. I'm looking through the die cuts from the kit just to see if there's anything else I wanted to add. I have a couple of photos here that don't have any embellishments on them. I like to leave a couple without embellishments, but I don't like to leave this many. So that photo there of her and her dog was from Snapchat and it had text on top of it because I had just screenshotted her Snapchat to me. So I used a die cut to cover up the typing that she had just to make it a little more, I don't know, just nicer. And now I'm adding one onto this photo here. This is her playing Just Dance in the living room. And I'm adding some washi tape along the edge of my photo just to give it a little bit of a border. I chose to do that because this photo is directly underneath another photo that's also taken in that exact same living room, so the coloring is very similar. And I felt like the washi tape was just kind of breaking up the photos that are next to each other and giving your eyes just a little bit of a resting place between all of those photos. So that's going to wrap up the spread. I'm just going to go ahead and slip everything into the pockets, trimming down a few just to make sure that they fit. And I'm super happy with how this one came out. I really, really love this Nordic Nights collection. It's so pretty. It's such a fun, cozy winter vibe, but also just refreshing for the new year. And I'm looking forward to use it in my 2025 Project Life album as well. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Here's a look at that completed spread. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And as always, I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.